Sometimes I just wish I listened to my own advice. Dollar cost average Bitcoin, accumulate it, and hold forever. I give this advice, when I have somebody who asks, because I've been involved in crypto since 2021, 2020, 4 or 5 years now. I've rode a whole market cycle, bull and bear. I've made a ton of money, I've lost a ton of money, and I could have just, right now, I'd be way up if all I did was just bought Bitcoin. Because Bitcoin is the number one asset. And that is what I'm going to do in the future. But for now, I do believe we are going into the biggest, greatest, grandest, most pumpiest, degenerate alt season. And I'm totally overly exposed to the alt market. Here's the thing. I got balls and I'm going to use them. And I'm in this game to turn over 7 figures in a couple months. That's what I want to do. And you know what? If the risk of it is losing it all, I'm taking that bet. Screw it. And I do think it's going to happen. And here's why. Yes, I could have been buying Bitcoin at 15, 30,000 while I was buying these altcoins, that of which are down substantially right now. I was feeling good in November. I was ranting on YouTube saying we're going to the moon. And, we had a couple months on the 80% dip. And that's okay. I sold my Bitcoin. I have no Bitcoin now. And now I'm fully exposed to the alt market at rock bottom positions. But what I think is we're going into the utility run. ETH is about to blow. We have these huge BlackRock, these large hedge funds, private equity firms, whatever the fuck you call them. They're overly exposing into Ethereum ETFs. There's essentially rolling capital from Bitcoin into Ethereum. The alt market utility season is about to rally, and everything underneath is going to go bonkers. Everyone's buying Ethereum. You got Trump's fund. They got 100. They have 58,000 Ethereum right now. They're just silently buying on the back end. The U.S. SEC has acknowledged that for the ETH spot ETF, they're going to allow staking, which is huge for these products because now it generates revenue and there's cash flow. And BlackRock loves that. People love that. It's just an easier product for them to sell. BlackRock is buying ETH like there's no tomorrow. They literally are buying hundreds of millions silently. They just bought $67.5 million worth of Ethereum. These institutions are going along on this stuff. And here's the thing this was a post that Alex Becker made. In the last bull run, 2021, 22, where we had this huge alt season, that was all purely speculation that these institutions and the big banks were going to get involved. And that capital was going to come in. And the market rallied off of retail because of that speculation. Now we actually have the true demand, where there's the SEC approvals, we have a pro-crypto government. The big banks are now eligible to sell these products and make money on fees, selling ETFs, yada, yada, yada. They're actually bringing the big bank capital into the crypto space, which is just going to be an unheard of amount of demand on top of the retail speculation that's coming. And how these market cycles work, which we've known from the past, is, months after Bitcoin passes the all-time high, and this bull run just seems to be lagging from previous ones. It's just taking a little bit extra long, and we've had extreme price suppression, and we've had this huge sell-off due to this tariff freak out. I see Bitcoin rallying to 150K. We're back up at the all-time high. It's ready to blow past into July. We're in prime summer season. Ethereum is just going nuts. And we're having all this capital flow. And what we're going to see is mathematically, as Ethereum pumps past Bitcoin's all-time high, the Bitcoin dominance is going to fall. and you're going to see all this capital roll over from the fiat world, from these big banks, from Bitcoin, and it's going to roll over into the alt market. And what we're going to see is we're going to enter a period of time where risk assets, high risk assets, are going to be, people are going to begin rolling capital into high risk assets. We have banks printing money. The economy is going to be very bullish, and the highest risk assets are going to perform extremely well. And the highest risk asset class right now is crypto. And yes, Bitcoin and Ethereum are going to pump, but what's going to outperform those is going to be everything underneath. Where Ethereum does a 3 to 5x, Bitcoin, will go up to 150, 200,000 from here. Not saying that's where it's going to top. Things like Sui, Chainlink Sui will probably do a 5 to 10x. And then you're going to have the small little degenerate coins, like my little Destra. And these things are going to do 20, 50, 80x. Sitting at 100 million, 150 million market cap, fully diluted. And these things are going to go to the multi-billions. 5 billion, 10 billion, 20 billion. It's going to get bonkers. And people are going to be in such a high, such a rush, where everyone's going to be buying into this stuff. And it's going to happen within 3 months. How it always happens. Long story short, I hope my bet hits. If it doesn't, it's going to hurt. But I'm just going to hang out for a couple of months and ride this out. And I guess keep posting videos. I don't know. We'll see. Later.